Greetings, Instagram world. It is your main man, the classy Hoosier, aka Big Mooch, aka Hey You, aka whatever you want to call me. And today we're talking jobs that I had as an adolescent growing up. And I guess it was kind of something, if I was going to start to drive, I think I had to be working or doing something with the vehicle other than going out and clowning. So at 15 and a half, I started working at McDonald's on South Lindbergh. And I would take the bus there. It was kind of far away from my house. So when people move out for the school districts and all this other jazz, you're really affecting other people's opportunity, your kids' opportunity to go, have a job within like walking distance and stuff like that. So it's definitely an issue where I grew up. So 15 and a half, you can only do the register and fries at 15 and a half. And then as soon as 16 comes around, they put you back on that grill and you were back there sweating. I would open on the weekends and stuff like that. And you're still going to school, so you would only work maybe like a couple nights during the week. It's kind of how they had it. You burn your knuckles on the grill, 16. And that's when I started, going out to the dumpster, smoking cigarettes, little smoky smoke here and there, being an idiot and not really realizing, this is somebody's lifeline here, and I'm over here kind of gaffing it off because I'm a punk ass kid. So I one day I just stopped showing up. I used to work with this dude, Big Gay Tom. He was the boss. And he like chewed me out on the phone when he found out I wasn't coming in. It's for like 9 months, and it goes so far back as to you used to be able to like smoke in the basement there, which was pretty interesting. And I would be cutting cigarettes in the basement. I never did any like food terrorist stuff at McDonald's. The worst thing was like cleaning the grease vats, and then one time me and Big Gay Tom had to pull the shake mix out because a bunch of flies got in the shake mix. And I don't even know if, if we were serving that or what. So my buddy calls me up. We're going to go walk around in freaking a different part of South County, and we're going to act a fool and yada yada. And it was during the summer, and I just said, screw it, I'm not coming back to McDonald's anymore. And I wasn't taking it serious. So shout out to Big Gay Tom. I'm sorry I didn't take that job serious. I should have taken it serious, but, I come from a family full of alcoholics, and you tend to not take things as serious growing up. So next job that I had was at Miss Sherry's Cafeteria, where all these, it's kind of like a retirees place, a lot of blue hairs in there, and it's good food. I started off working as a busboy in there. And then slowly I turned into a dishwasher. And I had gotten into it with the dishwashers. It was kind of a messed up situation because I was like 16 years old. And I would be closing this place and be like the only dishwasher back there. Eventually, I freaking couldn't take Miss Sherry's anymore. It's tough work. And I freaking left. Once again, not appreciating the job. Being a little adolescent freaking idiot and a shithead troublemaker. So from Miss Sherry's, I started working at Schnucks at like 17, which is our grocery store here. And that was okay. I was a bagger and I pushed carts. So, you kind of learn that nowadays you can bag your own groceries at some of the places you go to. You don't have to be some nose in the air person that, here's my bag. Take my bag, Chucker, and bag my groceries. No, you bag your own groceries sometimes. So there, and then I worked, I got pushed to freaking, I went and complained, and I had been there for like almost a year or something, and I got put in the produce department, and I only worked like 2 days a week. So I worked at Taco Bell in Crestwood. And if you are Taco Bell, Crestwood, alma mater, big shout out to you. Big shout out to Pick for hitting me in the ear with the guac, with the freaking, they had these guns where it's like, you freaking, you squirt the sour cream, you squirt the guac, and the guac came out with force. So, you you're messing with your homie. You're like, I had the sour cream, so it didn't come out with force. And you know, you get your homie on the shoulder or something, then you go back to the back room and your homie's got the freaking the guac gun. I got hit in the side of the face with the guac, but then like there was this shelving, those like wire shelvings, and as soon as I got hit with that, I freaking hit my head on there. Taco Bell, another situation that there wasn't much, there wasn't much food terrorism going on. I think we basically jammed out our job, did what we had to. There was no wiping boogers and nothing. There was nothing like that. I remember one time breaking down some herb in the freaking parking lot. We would go in the cars and like smoke herb and stuff like that. I mean, it's Taco Bell. And I was like, I had one of them Bel Grande trays, and we would break up the herb on the Bel Grande tray or whatever, stems and seeds. Get ready to toss the stems and seeds, and I work with this dude, Trey, getting ready to do this out the window, and Trey's like, hold up, I could do something with that. I'm like, to smoke a freaking joint of stems and seeds? Like, that doesn't even sound appetizing. I could see, chewing on a stem or something. I understand that, but, like, smoking something that's not... Anyway, that was just, like, a strange experience. Worked with AJ and John, these two big mixed dudes from South County, and one of them gave me the nickname freaking Whistle because I had this big chin that always looked like I was whistling, like whistle, whistle. And I went to spring break, and I quit both jobs when I came back. I just never showed up ever again. I quit the grocery store, and I quit Taco Bell. From there, I freaking worked at Old Navy for about 2 weeks. And from there, I just stopped showing up. And from there, I worked at, like, Subway. Another one I stopped showing up at. Just being a pompous, entitled little brat. I should have taken these jobs more serious. You got your punk-ass friends pulling you on the sleeve saying, hey, let's go do this instead of that, yada, yada. So, that transpires or whatever, I freaking quit both those jobs, and then an opportunity arose. Grandpa Pigeons used to be kind of like this miniature Walmart growing up as a kid that we had around here. Of course, you gotta have a store named Grandpa Pigeons down here in the Midwest. That'll get them in the door, I'll tell you what. And it switched over from Grandpa Pigeons to Deals, which is a dollar store. So I went and applied. I was probably like 18, 19 years old, maybe fresh out of high school, and applied at the dollar store. And I actually stuck with that job. Like, I was still kind of fucking up, smoking cigarettes, doing XYZ, whatever you do as an idiot punk-ass kid, thinking you're the shit. And but I'd still show up for it. And then they opened a store further south in Fenton. And I ended up working at the dollar store in Fenton. So the holidays come up, and I remember also working at a store in North County one time. I stayed up all night yakking and boozing, and had to freaking work the holiday shift at Deals at the register for like 8 hours in North County. And man, I was like a zombie by the time that was finished. I don't even think I ate all day. Just rough, just reckless, punk-ass teenager, not knowing right from wrong. So I'm working at the holiday hours at the Fenton one, the one that I'm supposed to be working at, and we had to scrub and buff the floors at the dollar store. So every night of closing, you had to scrub, buff the floors. You just had to go down with the machine. I don't know if it was buffing, but you had to go down and clean the floors with the machine. So getting that party, you close down the registers and stuff like that. So I would occasionally grab an All Sport after the shift was done. I mean, it's a fucking dollar store. I think the All Sport was like 50 cents. So freaking, I finish that up, whatever. Get called in. I go to my next shift the next like couple days down the road. Get called into the back room with the boss, and the boss goes, "Hey Tom, did something happen on Wednesday night?" And I was like, "All right, you got me. I stole the All Sport while the registers were down and I was buffing the floors. I apologize. Boss goes to me, well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about your register being $50 short. And I'm like, oh, shit. They still fired me over the 50-cent All Sport. So if he will steal an egg, he will steal an ox, I guess is the adage there. You know what I'm saying? So worked there and then worked at the car wash. If you are Express Car Wash alma mater like myself, you know who you are. That place sucked, but it was just like a screw around job. And then from there, it was the few, the proud, the Marines. I'm not going to get into how miserable the Marine Corps experience is. I would just probably say it's a good way for billionaires to make more and poor people feel important. We'll just go down that road. Aside from the injuries, aside from all that other stuff, we'll just say that. After that, I got out and I hot carried concrete, which was miserable. So I've got a lot of respect for people that have to work in trades and have to haul that stuff around because it's rough on you. It's grueling. And then I worked at UPS as like a seasonal. I got laid off on my 89th day. The plaster cement masons. I thought I was gonna like be a construction worker, but they wouldn't allow me into the pre-apprenticeship program or the apprenticeship program because they just pulled me out as a laborer for 90 days. So then did that. Some things cleared up with the VA and yada yada. Now you see who I am today. But I always have a lot of respect for, you know, the staff at places, and I always, you know, after kind of, you know, working kind of in the service industry and stuff like that, I always take, you know, extra, you know, hey, how you doing and stuff like that, and always try to just be nice in those situations because you never know. I mean, yeah, it's a tough job. They freaking help you out. That's how you get your food. That's how you get your stuff. So I don't really complain too much. Yada yada. Anyway, signing off. Take care. This has been, you know, 12 minutes and 30 seconds of some nonsense gibberish. Peace.